What's up, everybody? I'm Shar Johnson. Let's talk. And welcome to the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I need you to do that right now. Whether you are new or whether you just been trolling through, I still want you to subscribe, hit the like, the dislike too. I don't care. Either one is good for me. And make sure you hit that notifications bell so that you know when all of the videos on Akron Hip Hop TV pop up. If you're not familiar with me, like I said, I am Shar Johnson. You may have seen me on The Usual Suspects, or you might have heard my fabulous voice on Priceless Therapy, where you can hear that podcast on all your streaming platforms. Well, today I had a couple of things on my mind, and I just wanted to talk about it. I just want to give my personal opinion on it and see what you thought about it too. The first thing I want to talk about is Little Boosie. Little Boosie, Little Boosie, Little Boosie. I watch him over all types of different platforms. I see him on Vlad TV. I see him on his little rants. I catch up on him on Instagram when he ain't kicked off, because you know he be getting kicked off of some of these platforms. And Little Boosie, I noticed, always have an opinion or always keeping it real and have something to say. Well, guess what? Shar want to talk about Lil Boosie today. So let's talk. Well, I've been reading some of the things that's been going on. And we know he takes a stance, especially on the gay community or the LGBTQ plus community. And he need not to be saying things, especially when he don't know what's going on in his own household. Or if he do know what's going on and trying to publicly shame it so that his children, don't come out the closet. Well, that ain't the case, because his daughter then came out the closet and let it be known that she is a part of that culture and a part of that community. And we've all heard Little Boosie say if one of his kids, was that way, he wasn't going to come to the weddings or anything. Well, this is going to be super interesting to see what he got to say about all of that and how he really feel about his daughter. Because he likes to talk about other people and other people's situations. And if you're not familiar with, he had a lot to say about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. Remember, he had a lot to say about that. I'm interested in seeing what Lil Boosie has to say about this and his own situation. And his daughter, her name is Poison Ivy, and she's 21, and she finally came out. All right, Lil Boosie, I'm waiting to see what you got to say about it, because I'll be watching. So now that we done talked about Little Boosie, I want to talk about the situation with another one of our prominent black men, football Hall of Famer, one of the men who's trying to be a part of that HBCU community and how they did them. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about Ed Reed. Some of you may not be familiar. I'm talking about the females with the football community, but I am, because I love football. That been talking about Ed Reed, and at first it was coming out saying like he resigned and not took the position at Bethune-Cookman University, but in all actuality, they decided not to go forth with the contract. So I read through a couple of the articles and watched some of the different videos that were on YouTube or Instagram. Even watched Mr. Roland Martin in the interviews that he had with the interim president and the interview that he had with Ed Reed. And it was kind of interesting, and it was curious. It made me curious, and I wanted to talk about it. There were some facts that I found out about Ed Reed that I really didn't know. And I just was astonished and was like, hey, this brother was a real one, and they didn't want him at their university because he went live on a video on the conditions of the university and because he cursed? Come on now. You gonna talk like that to a black man or expect him to do something differently? You acting like this man is 20, 21 years old and you can mold him into something that you want him to be? You must thought that he was playing for the New England Patriots and was just supposed to walk stiff in a certain type of way. But that wasn't the case. If you haven't checked out the videos, they're all over YouTube and Instagram. Go ahead and check them out. Like I said, Ed Reed, he played in 174 career games. That is awesome. He had a total of 643 tackles, and 531 of them were solo. He intercepted 64 passes, which he returned 1,590 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he had 6 recorded sacks. I gave you that information because when I went and watched the interview about what the interim president, Dr. Lawrence Drake II, had to say on why they chose not to go forward with the contract with Ed Reed, I'm like, this man is crazy. One of the things that he said in the interview with Mr. Martin, with Mr. Roland Martin, was that he had sat down and he had talked to this football Hall of Famer, Ed Reed, and he had asked him 3 things and said that he agreed to. One of them, he said that he wanted him to talk a certain type of way or basically not curse. So Reed said, okay, I can do that. Then he also said he wanted to bring in people, I guess, to help him or to mold him into a certain type of way as far as what type of coach he was going to be. Now, that's what I got out of it. And Reed said, okay, I can do that. So everything that he talked to him about, the man said, okay, I can do that. So then he says that he was not authorized to be in the office because he hadn't got the job yet to make a video to talk about that the office wasn't even ready for him. Then he said that I guess he just wasn't a good fit. You have to go and look at the whole video. I just want to talk about what I got out of it, and just give you my humble opinion on it. First of all, Dr. Lawrence Martin II, he is the interim president, hasn't even been the president that long. And he has come from another university, and I was kind of shocked when I did my research on him and found out that he was into social media psychology and that he was into things when it came to my Black is Beautiful community. But then you was trying to say basically that the way that this man wasn't good enough. But you have written many articles and books, and I'm talking about Dr. Lawrence Martin II. You've written articles and books about our culture and who we are, and you have been involved in many different things, but then you want to tell this Hall of Fame football player who's been to the Pro Bowl many times, who has led the Baltimore Ravens in many seasons as far as his position into phenomenal things. He was a first round draft pick, the 24th overall in 2020, the 2002 NFL draft. You want to tell this man about how he should do his craft and how he should relate to the players on the team. And that's not even your wheelhouse. That's not even anything that you obviously is well versed in. And if you study so much about what's going on in social media and what's going on in this century with my Black is Beautiful community, then you ought to know that man going to communicate and relate to those individuals in the way that they can receive it. You would think that that man would know that while he's talking to this man, or you would think that he would be able to accept or receive how this man is going to relate to those football players. I was shocked and didn't understand why he was on the Roland Martin show saying some of the things he was saying. And then he said something that I felt was not intelligent at all, with all these PhDs and BAs and awards and book writing and things in behind him. This man turned around and said, mildew, I guess, wasn't mold. You see me over here tapping on it. I got to let you guys know. Mildew is mold. And I'm going to read it exactly what it is. You can research it. You can get it on Bing. You can get it on Google. You can pick up your phone and ask, is mildew mold? Guess what? Yes, mildew turns into mold. In fact, mildew is a mold, and it will love nothing more for you to leave it alone so they can do its thing and turn into a full-blown fungus. Mildew is a specific type of mold. FEMA describes it as early stage mold. Like other kinds of mold, mildew is microscopic. It's a microscopic fungus that travels through the air in the form of tiny spores. When these spores land in damp and humid environments, guess what? It begins to colonize and grow and turn into mold, black mold, and all kind of other mold. And what Ed Reed was showing you was the conditions and the different things that was there. So at the end of the day, when the interim president said that it was mildew, nah, bruh. What it looked like to me was mold, because the pictures that I'm looking at, the things that Ed was showing, guess what? That looked straight like mold, because y'all hadn't stopped it from going to where it was from the hurricanes and the things that you had. He said when he got there, it was trash. He was talking about in his video, I'm talking about Ed, how they had to clean up the football field or the practice area for them to even practice. So you're going to get mad at this man for telling the truth? You're going to get mad at this man from bringing light to what's going on in your area where there was a hurricane? You talk about a dummy, in my humble opinion, you stupid as hell. Because guess what? That Pro Football Hall of Famer would have brought the light to the university and the things that was going on. And guess what? Because he was a Pro Football Hall of Famer, you would have had other individuals that got money, that seeing what he is doing, investing in your school to make it a better program, a better football program, and a better campus for the students that is there. And then this arrogant man, and I'm talking about Dr. Lawrence Martin II, had the nerve to say, when the students was protesting, and had the nerve to say that other members on the board didn't agree with his decision not to go forth with the contract, had the nerve to say that they didn't have no say-so about it, and that his decision was final. You know how I'm looking at it? Especially when he broke down and said that, they only getting like 1% or 2%. Don't quote me on the percentage, because y'all can go watch the videos. I'm pretty sure it's pretty articles already out about it, about the alumni and what they're giving back to the HBCU. And what I did like what Mr. Roland Martin said is, do you think that they are not giving back to the alumni, not giving back to the school because they don't trust what the boards or what you guys are doing with the money? And that right there posed the question and posed that, question mark in my head, like, really? Because when I watched Ed's video and he busted out and said Deion Sanders wasn't lying, that just struck another chord with me. Like, we in our community, I'm talking about our Black is Beautiful community, we will sit there and try to put down other people who try to keep it real and keep it a buck. And we will be upset about them telling the truth about what we doing and how we doing it. The whole point about it, to me, is your alumni probably was been given money years ago, even before your hurricanes came, even before the disasters came, and y'all wasn't doing the things that you needed to do to make sure that the schools was up to standard and up to code. And now that the hurricane then came in and you need millions and millions and millions of dollars to bring the school back up to code, you can't give them to give no money or to donate or to help you out because y'all wasn't doing what y'all supposed to do in the first place. And then your dumbass didn't even bring in this football Hall of Famer who could have got outside help and got money and brought national attention or stardom attention to the university to help out, because you already know that many people in our community was upset because Dion left the HBCU and went out somewhere else. Now we got another Hall of Famer coming in. Guess what? They were going to rally behind him and supporting him because they want our millionaire, our millionaire black men, our football Hall of Famer, our celebrities. They want them to put back into the community and draw our community into our own community so our dollars will circulate within our community. And your dumbass just missed the mark. I just want to let y'all know that was a boot looking, tap dancing, Uncle Tom thing that man said. Hold on, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, because my husband is in the room and he probably cracking up at me, but I just want to ask him, baby, did you reach out to Dr. Umar and ask him how many lashes was I supposed to give this dumbass man?
No, I didn't reach out to him.
Okay.
Why don't you talk about how Ed Reed was talking to the students?
Yes, babe. Thank you so much for even bringing that up to me. If you guys didn't even look at the live that Ed Reed had gave to the football players when he told them, because he knew the day before he told him that told the football players that he was leaving. Because when they released that press statement, they tried to make it seem like he resigned, but no, he did not. That man had his receipts. He had them read what the emails was and everything. He did not resign, and he kept telling the football players, I'm not willingly going. So I'm letting y'all know everything that I told y'all that I was about and what I was going to do, I was going to do it. Even though they gave me the boot or they didn't want me here. They didn't want me here. Because like he said, Jesus walked with Judas. For those of you that who's into the Bible thing, that's what he said. And you guess what? And guess what? I'm rolling with him because what he said was correct and it was right. They booted him out and pushed him out, uh, trying to say because of him cursing and because him going live, showing the conditions of the school. You are so stupid. You want people to know the conditions of what's going on. Period. This is the HBCU. We already know the HBCUs ain't getting the money like the Dukes and those type of different universities. We already know this. So at the end of the day, how you thinking it hurt you, no, it really was helping you. No, the reason why it hurt you because those of y'all who was lining your pockets, that's my humble opinion, can't keep lining your pockets and doing what you want to do because it's being brought to the forefront. Because that man, when he got on there, I mean, his compassion, I'm talking about Ed, his compassion, you can see it all in him. He was telling the truth, he was keeping it real, and he was upset. And yeah, you're right, baby, he was crying. But one thing that he said that I do admire, he let them know, even though I got to go, I want you to keep pushing on. See, that's a real black man. And you supposed to, and I'm talking about Dr. Martin Lawrence II, you supposed to been wrote a book about the misconception of the black man and our, how the way we are or whatever. No, bruh, it's a misconception in your mind. It's a misconception how you want the other man to respect you like they respect their own when it ain't gonna be like that, because our culture is unique over here in the United States of America. It is unique because we're here by the way of the slave trade, and we still dominate in certain things. We still have our own language. That means when we talk to each other and we expressing some things, we get a little excited or we mad or we want you to understand what we say. A couple of curse words will come out. Guess what? That's our unique language and our unique who we are over here. Yes, we get animated. Of course we do. Of course we do. Some of us black women don't need to know how to tame it. But what I'm saying, that's what we do. That's who we are. And if you really study our culture over there in Africa or across the world, because there's so many of us in different places, Canada, France, Asia. We're all over the place. You know, we're all over the diaspora. If you really studied it like that, then you would know that there are certain things that we do very well and we do them similar and we do it alike because it's in our DNA and we do it all over the world in the way that we talk, in the way that we chant, in the way that we dance, how creative we are, especially in the sports and everything. And if you ask me, these athletes out here, I'm talking about my African American athletes, whether it be male or female, if you ask me, all their DNA, now this is my humble opinion, come from some type of warrior tribe or some type of building tribe that was passed down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, babe, hey.
Hey, listen, just to be fair, I'm not sure if you said this or not, but I stepped out, but you got this. There was a Christian academy, which is why the doctor was putting emphasis on.
I'm so glad you brought that to my attention because I wanted to let everybody know why I had such an issue with how he was coming at that man. I had an issue because I felt like he was coming at our culture really hard, or who we are, especially those of us who was born over here in the United States by the way of the slave trade, who was given Christianity basically to keep us under the thumb. So to me, if you ain't one of them preachers or your university or your teacher, this is my opinion, ain't coming up under what Nat Turner really let us know or what it was about when it came to us, I ain't trying to hear that. That's why I call you a bootlicker and a type that. That's why I asked my husband, did he get in touch with Dr. Umar? Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, any of you that want to know what type of lashes to pass out to these individuals, y'all got to call Dr. Umar because he got to tell us, how many lashes, to give them and make sure we're giving the right lashes for the right thing. I know I'm giving the right lashes for, baby, play my song. Y'all, I got a #1 hit. I'm telling y'all, my baby gonna play it right now.
Let's talk about tap dancing.
There it is.
There it is. Y'all use my hit. Y'all know it's dope. And if you don't think it is, it's dope to me because my husband said it is. Hey, you guys. I'm going to be on here weekly doing what I do. You might see me twice a week. You never know. It's just that whatever's on my mind and I feel like we need to talk, your girl Char Johnson going to pop up and say, let's talk. Like I said before, if you have not followed me, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Let's Talk Char. If there's a topic that you think that I should talk about or some tea that you want to give to me, you can email it to me at letstalkchar@gmail.com. Hey, you guys, today, this show right here is sponsored by none other than AkronHipHop.com. And just if you want to be a sponsor of me, just get in contact with us here at 330-937-2632. If you're new to the channel, take the time out right now. Hit that subscription button. You can like this video. You can dislike this video. It don't matter to me. I'm just happy that you're watching. You got some comments? Go ahead and put them on down there. I might respond to you and I might not. It just matters. I mean, it just depends on what type of mood I'm in that day. If I want to talk, I'm going to talk to you. I might talk to you down in the comments. Make sure you hit that notifications bell. And keep tuning in. Come back to the channel because the next time you see me, it'll probably be on The Usual Suspects. I'm your girl, Char Johnson, and we talked.